Hello, welcome to my first recording of BTD6. This is, well, I used to stream BTD Battles, which is also made by this same company, Ninja Kiwi. Ninja Kiwi makes the BTD franchise. Bloons Tower Defense is what BTD stands for. I have been playing it since I stopped, which was like 3 or 4 years ago. And this is their newest, well, it's not really new, but it's their most recent game. It's called BTD6. They have a bunch of different towers. This is their newest update, which they added an odyssey mode, which basically means you go through, I think, 5 different maps, and you try and beat them all. You have to defeat all the balloons to win, and there are, a bunch of different waves that you can go through. So that's basically the gist of the game. This is a sped up of me completing most of the Odyssey, because to me, all the levels except for the last one were really trivial, because I've been playing this game for a while. You have to, when you start, you have to upgrade all your monkeys by using them. So when you use them a bunch, you get XP, and you use that XP to unlock upgrades. There are 5 tiers of each. There's 3 paths and 5 tiers, and you can get 2 tiers of any alongside. So you can get a 302 monkey, which is but you couldn't get like a 303. That's not it. So like, you can get a 202, a 203, but not a 303, if that makes sense. So that's all I kind of mean by the different tiers, I guess. Yeah, let's finish off the sped up gameplay, so we can get to the one harder game. Okay, we've made it to the harder level, which is #ouch. I have this at double speed just because there are some boring parts, and I do want to get through this somewhat quickly, just because this is kind of my introduction video to this game. and it does take a while to go through a lot of the time because, I mean, it's a fun game, but it's also quite easy for most of the times. There's only a few hard rounds. For instance, round 40, round 63, and round 78, I believe, are some of the harder rounds. 75 is also somewhat hard. 55 is somewhat hard. 49 and 59 can be somewhat troubling. All I'm trying to say is most of the rounds in between those are not that hard, which is why I'm trying to make this not take too long. It's probably going to be around 15-minute video. Yeah, so I am playing this on the channel because, one, I used to, and two, it's not complete. I mean, it's not really related to building games, but I do think there's some like tower defense aspect of Scrap Mechanic, so I don't know. Maybe you guys will like this if you're watching from Scrap Mechanic. Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to do right now is defend against the Moab. I'm preparing for that, which is on round 40. So I'm getting my sub, which has armor piercing darts, which does more damage against mobs for the 4th tier. So a 204 sub is what I'm going for in the bottom next to Pat, my hero. Yeah, so leads are probably going to be troublesome. I think I just had to restart because of them. That's because none of my towers really pop leads except for Pat and the Alchemist, and they are both in the bottom corner, which, you know, doesn't really help for the top path. I eventually, or probably soon, I'm going to go for a middle path sub, because the second upgrade for the middle path after barbed darts is, I think, heat tip darts, which allows it to pop lead. So that's probably a long explanation for me getting an upgrade on my top sub, my top left sub. Yeah, subs are my main strategy for this map because they can hit all 4 lanes if you just place some towers. And ninjas can see camo, that's why I have them. With the top path upgrade. Advanced intel allows to see all around. So we're coming up on round 40 here. I've set up as much as I can, and I'm pretty sure we do just fine against it. Yeah, there we go. We didn't even have to use Pat's double damage ability, so that's awesome. Now I'm setting up another sub, and then I'll probably go for a sub commander, which is really broken right now. It is super good because it buffs all the other subs, and it also, I think, it buffs itself, I believe. I don't know. Alchemists also pair really well with subs because they give them +1 damage. And with towers that go through, they already do multiple damage, +1 damage is not very good. But with towers that just already do 1 damage, it is very good. So that is why subs are a main part of the strategy with Alchemist. And Wizard is good for single map or single lane maps, but this is a 4-lane map, so that didn't really work here. I did use them because coming up I do need to use them, but otherwise they are not very useful. Yeah, so Pat is getting leveled up. We're gonna need his Rally Roar ability on round 60, I believe, or we use it here as well, I believe. Yeah, so we use it here just to make sure, because that last wave of ceramics was harder. We're doing just fine against mobs because we have that double damage mob ability. Ceramic balloons are not really that big of an issue, so we're doing quite well for ourselves right now. And we're almost at that sub commander, which we do try and get and fail because of camo leads, which are troublesome. So now I decided to go for my heat-tipped and advanced intel sub. And I forget if this works, actually. I might have to, I switch it around for, I wanted to get my sub commander, but I eventually decided it would be best to just go for the wizards because they are always going to work. So we go for a 202 wizard on each path. Well, not I guess it covers all the paths, but we go for one in each of the corners. And now we're trying to get sub commander by 63 because our defense can definitely not handle 63 right now. 63 is around where there's a bunch of ceramics, if you didn't know. We struggle in purples because wall of fire is fire and purple balloons eat fire, or I guess they are resistant to magic. So we didn't have to use Pat there, which is exactly what I needed, because if we had to use Pat, we wouldn't have survived because there's 3 different waves. I do use it for the last wave, just to make sure, because there's more balloons on the last wave. And now it's smooth sailing till 80 because we have sub commander, which if you have a couple extra subs, it's really good defense. Yeah, so that's basically all we have to do now. Just wait until around 80, and then we win, because this Odyssey was not that hard. It was, actually I do lose on, I forget what round, but we do lose on one round. That's because I was not paying attention. You'll see when I do lose, I know exactly what I did wrong and just fix it immediately. I forgot what I did wrong, but I did something wrong, obviously, if I lost. So we're just trying to get more popping power on our main sub, which is the sub commander. So that's basically it right now. Around 76 was no breeze. That's just a bunch of re-row ceramics. That can be tough, but we have enough pierce to deal with that. Around 78, I think, is where we die because the camo balloons, we were not prepared for that wave because it's stronger and it's also camo. So once they get past the wall of fires, we cannot pop them anymore. I think that's all I had to change was get it. Yeah. See how they died in that bottom left-hand corner? I just popped down a ninja for camo detection because the subs can see what the other towers can see. So if we pop down a ninja with camo detection, then in that corner we can get camo detection. I believe I also use rallying roar, which is extra layers, so we just make sure we beat that round. 79 is not super hard. It's a bunch of, it's not easy. Sometimes, it can be easy, but like what it was there, but sometimes it can be hard. So there we go. We beat the Odyssey. Not that hard of a challenge. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.